Good morning, happy Thursday. I was trying to explain to my son that for many adults, for some reason Thursday is considered one of the most important days because it's an optimistic day and it makes us realize that we're almost at the weekend. Today's reading, actually there was a different one I wanted to read just before today's reading, and yoga is grace, and that's a word that I never used to hear much when outside of my going to church life. Grace is a quality that means slightly different things to different people, so it's difficult to define. To some of us, grace feels like we're being held by something greater than ourselves. To others, it feels like things in our lives are falling perfectly into place. To still others, it feels as if we're existing in a state of harmony with the world. Whatever grace may feel to you, consider this grace is within. You don't have to search for it outside. You don't have to beg for it or think it's something outside of yourself. Grace is something you already possess. It is something tucked within you that you can call on when you need it. And yoga's ability to align our body, heart, and mind, or we're working towards that, offers us this experience of grace. This deep connectivity offered by yoga is a grace itself. And sometimes it takes hearing that message many times for you to disconnect between coming to yoga class as a workout and seeing that the bigger picture is it's really a system, an operating system to help you lead a better life, physically and mentally. Today's pose is Uttanasana, standing forward bend. We use it as part of our sun salutations. In a lot of Western bodies, standing completely folded in half, forehead to our knees, is unattainable. We have tight hips, we have tight hamstrings, there's all these different reasons. And I mentioned yesterday that even if I x-rayed some people's hips, it would be impossible. Remember, I had this boyfriend and he said, oh, I can't touch my toes. And I thought, oh, come on, you're just saying that. And it turned out he came from 3 generations of people. None of them could touch their toes. They were runners, they were very athletic, they were healthy, but anatomically, their hip and their, we talked about this, the way the hip and the socket go together, we're all built the same. They had very tight inside hips. Uttanasana, the Sanskrit name for standing forward bend, invites you to stand, fold your torso over your legs, and allow your upper body to hang towards the ground. We usually bend our knees so that we can all come into this pose. Sometimes we use blocks. Sometimes we hold our arms behind our knees. With your head facing your legs, you're in a position to look within. So there's not a lot of poses in yoga where we're folded in. Tortoise is one, Uttanasana, seated forward fold. For some, this pose is easy and relaxing, while for others it's demanding. Looking within yourself requires a combination of effort and surrender. It's a process in which you examine your life and recognize that you can and cannot change. However deeply you're able to experience this pose, whether your spine is curved, like scoliosis, or straight, whether your hands touch the ground, or maybe they just dangle, or not the pose. The pose itself lends to a hybrid experience of effort and ease, mirroring your own process of introspection. So we talk often about setting the bones in this perfect position, doesn't matter what the shape is, and then softening. And what happens is, I've even had teachers who can tell just by my face, they're like, you're working too hard, you're in the pose, you're too worried about its perfection or the muscular engagement, and you've lost, Patanjali said the perfect pose was attained when it was in, bones were in proper alignment, and then there was effortless ease. You could soften. Even in this pose I'm right now, seated Sukhasana, it means sugar, it means sweet. It means whatever is sweet in my hips. So look for that sweetness as we go through our practice today, in where in your body could you soften a little and not work so hard. Especially mentally, what's going on in our world right now, we need to be kinder with ourselves. We're also going into a season of going within, the darker, colder months where we're attracted to stay in our homes more, eat heavier foods, not feel this need to energetically be out there as much. And the other thing I want to mention is lower back. That's the theme I wanted to do today. We're going to try to focus on poses that help our lower back. We're working up the body this week. We started with legs, then we did hips. We did some back yesterday and hips, but I'm going to focus on lower back today. So throughout the practice, the best way to help the lower back is keep engaging or clenching your bum muscles together. And I've noticed that when I do that, even if I'm lying flat in my bed, I get this a burst of energy, or a kind of like a increased blood circulation in my sacral area where it might be uncomfortable. And it helps a lot, even in the moment, even if I'm not doing a full practice. So without further ado, let's come onto our mat. You're gonna have 2 blocks nearby. You're gonna have your strap, but most of it is gonna be inside here. So I'm gonna start, my back is on the floor, but my chin is to my chest. Hands are on my thighs, and I'm gonna just slowly lie down, but stop at the shoulders. I'm still got chin to chest, maybe look at the ceiling, so I'm starting to create that arc in the back of the neck. And then I lay a little bit more of my spine down, but not my head yet. And then finally the back of the head, arms relaxed, soft 45. Let's close our eyes. Can you find heaviness and stillness and surrender in this very simple pose? Arms are heavy. I can feel the bones that are wrapped by flesh pulling towards the earth, this gravitational force I have no control over. Opening the broad collarbones by pressing the back of my shoulders down. Sometimes that solar plexus or belly wants to pop up, so you're going to engage your core and attempt to clench your glutes and press it all down. I'm rooting down through the soles of my feet and the back of my belly and my lower back. And then soften. Engage your core, engage your glutes, root down, and then soften. Engage, root down, soften. Engage, root down, soften. I'm just doing it. It's such a tiny move that you would not see from the outside world. So you could be happy doing that. If you want to go further, you're going to engage your glutes and lift your bum 1 inch. Pause here. Notice the thighs pick up some of the work. So now we've shifted, well, there's that interconnectivity. The whole body wants you to do this pose. Tiny bridge. And exhale the lower bum all the way down. Don't let the knees splay. They're 1 fist width apart. Feet root, glute engage, hips rise. Big breath. Let's take 2 breaths here. Clench, clench, clench to center. Oh yeah, feel that heat building in your pelvis and your glutes. And then lower all the way down. Release. Once more, feet root, hips rise, engage. Exhale down. Once more, feet root, glutes engage, hips rise. Exhale down. One more time. Go as high as you like this time. So I'm going to interim my bum close to my heels. Squeeze it up into center. Rise those hips like almost like you're offering your pelvis up to the sky. Close your eyes. Squeeze the thighs together. Wow, this is intense. And lower all the way down. I'm going to bring left thigh to chest, then right, and rock side to side, little boat. I want to really massage my lower back against this floor. And if where your practice is very hard, have seen people get a nice rug and put it under their mat. You could buy some of these foam squares at Home Depot and put that under your mat. You could buy a couple more mats. Oh, I have some people who use a Pilates mat under this mat, but it means that when you do balance, you'll have to do it off the mat. So, pulling the knees in as deeply as I can. If this is hurting my knees, I'm going to come behind the thighs instead. Take a big breath here. And exhale. And as you exhale, you feel a lengthening of the spine, thighs come deeper into the chest. You get the benefits of child's pose, which is probably the #1 helping your back pose, but I'm not hurting my knees. I'm going to take those knees all the way to the floor on the left, right arm open to a T or 45, keep that shoulder down, and let's close our eyes and relax for 2 breaths in double leg spinal twist. Help yourself come back to center. Take your knees to the right. Double leg spinal twist. Left shoulder down. Maybe you want to bring that arm closer to your body. It all depends on how tight the side of the body is. Excuse me. And back to center. Little boat or circles.
So I want to try to experiment today. I want to try to do a little bridge between every few poses and see if that helps the lower back. So palms by your side, engage the glutes, lift again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And exhale down. Right leg in, left leg extends. This is another awesome pose for the lower back. Let's just pause with the weight of our hands on the shin. Finally, left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. Be gentle with your body. I lifted too many car tires. I have 4 more to do today. In and out of the lower basement into the car, and then back in again. I think we decided we're going to give ourselves a gift and let ourselves use the tire storage rental at the dealer next time. It's probably worth it for our backs. Back to center, thighs to chest, little boat or circles. Left leg in, right leg extends. Right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist. Shoulder stays down. The leg is what's moving across the midline towards the other side. We're bringing out the spine. I also notice that connectivity to the glutes here. Back to center, little boat. Take the legs wide for a moment. Just hold your knees and pause here. Choosing to come into the center for happy baby. Option to come into the full happy baby. This feels really good in my back and my hips too. Not everyone is going to grab the feet successfully. What happens is it's a combination of hip openness, length of your arms, a lot of pieces. So I may show you the archetypal version of this pose, but maybe it looks like this in your body, and that's okay. Soles together, pause, choosing to bind or hold your ankles. And then releasing your feet to the mat, recline cobbler. Just stay here for a moment, lower back rounds to back, or coming into cactus. Close your legs, thighs to chest, little boat. Let's take our strap, because I notice when I don't do this pose, I feel the difference. Legs fall wide for a moment, and let's, pause there. 3 breaths. Inhale 1, you could point and flex. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 4. Exhale. Close your legs. Let's keep right leg in the air, left leg flex and lower out of the way. I'm massaging this right leg on its own. Point and flex. Notice that connectivity with the back of the leg to your lower back. And I feel like we're almost like a puppet. There's a string, that hamstring is almost like the string of a puppet. So if I twerk it up here, I feel the effects down here. Strap to the ball of the right foot. Let's press that heel to the sky while gently pulling down the strap. Oh my, do you notice it down into your hip? Maybe start to swirl this leg one direction then the other. Both straps into your right hand. Release that leg out to the side. Pause. Left side is flexed and grounded. We want to have half the body grounded. So here's that yin yang, black and white. While half the body's opening outwards. Back to the sky. Switch the strap to your left hand. Just a little across the midline. Let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale 1. Exhale. This is where Jan and I would rapidly massage our IT band. Option to go a little deeper, because I can feel that connectivity into my lower back. and maybe a little deeper. Back to center. Get rid of the strap. Thighs to chest, a little bow or circles. Feet in the air once more. Right foot flex. Lower out of the way. Let's massage our left leg. Fan out the toes. Strap to the ball of the left foot. Pause here. Option to press your heel to the sky while resisting by pulling down the strap. So there's that contrast. Or slowly start to stir this leg. Back to center, both straps in the left hand. We'll release that leg out to the side. Pause. Right side's grounded. Back to the sky. Strap into the right hand. Flex. So I've heard from a couple of you saying that your workload is lessening in the next week or so. And I have others of you who I'm really afraid for you because of COVID and working from home, your industries have just squeezed another several hours out of you per day because there's no commuting, and I don't know what's happened. It's ramped up your workload. Back to center, get rid of the strap, little bow. Let's come to stillness and come into shoelace. So knees are in your chest, right over left. Cross those knees. Maybe you can line them up almost like when we're in upright cow face. And pulling those thighs towards your belly. What do you notice about this right glute? 3 breaths here. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale, shake it out. Other side. Left over right. Line up those thighs. Pull it into your belly. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Pull it in. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale, release, shake it out. Oh, and I'm going to do a little bridge before we get up. Knees are 1 fist width apart, palms on the floor. You can walk your bum slightly towards your heels. Root through the full surface of each foot, down into the floor. Engage the glutes and lift those hips. Is this getting a little easier than when we started? 1 breath here, squeezing everything to center. Exhale down 1 vertebrae at a time. Slowly roll to your side. Your arm's going to become your pillow. And it doesn't have to be a tight bowl. Just let yourself release and surrender. And then gently pressing yourself upright. Oh yeah. Coming into, you got it, extended child's pose. But today, I think I'm going to use playful puppy. I'm going to leave my bum in the air, try to bring my chest to the floor, forehead down. This is very helpful stretching the upper back, especially as I press my chest towards the floor. I get in that place behind the heart. From here, I'm going to walk back and come into extended child's pose. So bum towards my heels, forehead down. Shifting the stretch from the back of my back, behind my heart, to my lower back. Spread your fingers, grounding the palms. Notice that interconnectivity. If I stretch the fingers wide, I feel it down all the muscles in my back. And then up to tabletop. So we're going to do a flowy cat-cow and then a regular cat-cow in lieu of sun salutation. So flowy cat-cow, I'm going to press my bum back, look forward. Sorry, let's start an extended child's pose, look forward. Chin to chest, slowly come up to a table. There's our cat. Pelvis forward. Chest between your biceps, untuck your feet, look up. Oh. Slowly press back, chin to chest, cat. Then bum to your heels, look forward, cow. Forehead down, tiny break. Look forward, chin, chest up, tabletop, cat. Chest forward, pelvis forward. This one's for you, Yanni. You love this one. Coming back to tabletop, cat, chin to chest. Bum towards your heels. Look forward, cow. Press the floor weight, tailbones towards your heels. Coming back up into table. Flow. Forward. Cow. Almost looks like an up dog. Cat, chin to chest. Then back to bum to heels, look forward, cow. And I'm going to stack my fists, forehead to fist, and take a break here. I want to do another stretch here. Coming back into extended child's pose, let's walk our arms to the left, bum and hips to the right, forehead to the mat, if available to you. Walk your arms to the right, bum and hips to the left. Back to center, regular cat-cow. So coming into tabletop, palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. First, before going any further, I just want to stare at the top of my mat, push the floor away, belly engaged, start to tilt the tail up. Oh, and I'm going to look slightly forward of my mat. Finally looking up, there's my full expression of cow, and transition into cat, tail dropped, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back and forth, slowly. Spinal flexion and extension. Just almost like a fluid movement, this serpentine movement up and down the spine. And back to center. Let's do a bird dog. That will help also with that whole idea of engaging around the tailbone. So right hand, left knee stays down, right foot steps back, left hand reaches. Staring at the top of your mat, you want to line that bicep beside your left ear. Flex the right foot, it's only coming as high as your hip, and now tighten the whole thing. Engage the core, squeeze the glutes to center. Lengthen, my palm is facing to the opposite wall. Lengthen, engage, lengthen. Undo, extended child's pose. Continue that action of breathing your chest towards the earth. Back to tabletop. Left hand, right knee stay down. Left foot steps back, right arm reaches. Lengthen. Engage, lengthen. Engage the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Lengthen. Undo, extended child's pose. And let's do one more wide leg extended child's pose. Toes touch, legs wide. Possibly taking your chest towards the earth. And then upright again. Okay, we're gonna come onto our belly. We did a lot of spinal twists yesterday. I think that's how we finished the class. I'm gonna come on my belly. And we're going to talk about, we've done this before, when we're in sleeping cobra, a lot of the action that's happening is muscular inside the body. It's creating blood flow and heat, but you can't necessarily see it to the naked eye. So we're going to bring forehead down, palms by your chest, elbows hug in, thighs are touching, feet are untucked. If this hurts tops of your feet, then you can always gently tuck your toes. So you're going to decide, I know feet are a thing as we age. Elbows hug in, engage your core. As soon as I pull up, like there's a button where my belly button is towards my spine, I feel something happen in my lower back. I want to keep going with that and engage the glutes. Belly button to spine, engage the glutes. Can you feel like your belly's hollowing away from the floor? Even if it's not actually moving, there's that sensation. And then release. Engage, everything engage, 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 and release. One more time. Forehead presses down, glutes clench together, belly button to spine, feet are strong. You might feel this, you're toning in your legs, and you might even have your knees come off the mat, depending on how engaged your calf muscles are. And then release. Stack your hands, bend your knees, windshield wiper. So that muscular engagement along the front and back lines of the body is the same action we use for cobra, seal, locust, all the cobras.
We're gonna do Sphinx next. What's nice about Sphinx is that it's not muscular effort. Well, it's half muscular effort, half mechanics of my arms. So coming upright, I'm gonna take elbow under my shoulder, palms under my palms in front. I call these railway track arms. So how can I do this? I'm gonna move them a little wider and then slowly come down. Engage your glutes, pick up your chest, look forward, and head down. So really it's cobra with some arms. Squeeze your thighs and glutes to center, pick up your head, gentle, slow, and come down. One more time. Palms press down, heart lifts, engage your glutes, look down. Let's do 3 more. Palms root, belly engage, glutes engage, pick up your heart, and come down. And one more time. Root to rise through the hands, root to rise through the tops of the feet, clench the bum, lift the chest, look slightly forward. And undo, stack your hands. Your head is either coming to center or turning the other cheek, and windshield wiper bent knees. Or circles. Coming back to center, we're going to come into locust, which is probably one of my favorite ones. Arms by your side, forehead down. So it's like a sleeping cobra to start. Palms are touching my thighs, but let's first focus only on the upper body. So I'm going to keep the tops of my feet down and root to rise through the feet. Feet root down, belly engage, chest lifts, look to the front of your mat. So all the muscles are engaged in the back of my body, shoulders are coming back. Exhale down. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale up, engage, exhale down. I haven't lifted my feet yet. And once more, inhale up, engage, look slightly forward, exhale down. If you want to take it further, we're going to add, I'm going to call these the flippers. Inhale, so let's lift the feet, squeeze, arms up. Option also to take your strap, I like this version, because when I lift, my arms lift back. Down, up, down, engage, up. One more, down, engage, up, undo, turn your cheek the other way, windshield wiper. And let's come back to puppy. Not as intense on the back as a full child's pose. Fist stack, forehead down, bum in the air, chest presses down towards the earth. Oh. And then option to come into full extended child's pose. We're going to do 2 more poses to finish our lower back practice today. For my friends who love hardcore muscular action, I'm afraid I didn't give that to you today. I feel like whatever people tell me is hurting in their body, it winds up being a universal issue. We've had many times where someone has said to me, even when we were live in class, oh my gosh, can we do neck? And everyone immediately nods their heads. It's like we're all in the same vibe. Even though we lead different jobs, different lives, we have universal health challenges. So the next one we're going to do is supported bridge. We've been using the bridge, kind of warming up our tailbone and our sacrum throughout the class. Now we're going to assist it and give ourselves the gift bridge, the one with less work. So feet are 1 fist width apart, palms on the floor, palms press down, feet press down, back of my head presses down, and lift your pelvis up. This is medium. And exhale down, but don't lose that engagement. 1 vertebrae at a time. Release. Feet root down, bum clenches, hips rise. And exhale down. Once more, feet root down, hips rise. And exhale down. So you could literally do that forever. I also think we're just fanning a fire or a bellow. Now I'm going to give my back a little gift. So feet root down, hips rise. 1 block might be enough for you today. Today I feel like 2 because I've done so many bridges today.
I'm going to support the weight of my pelvis with these blocks. Oh my, this feels amazing. Arms by your side, palms turned up. When I do a supported bridge, it's shifted then from like a lubricator for my hips to more of a heart opener and a restorative pose. It's a back bend. It's also an inversion. My head is lower than my heart. Very important. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale 1. Exhale. Lift your chin slightly to the ceiling. We don't want to collapse the back of the neck. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Now your choice. At this point you can stay here, or let's bring right leg in, left leg extend. Some of you are going to be on one block or a block on its side. Keeping the shoulders down and hips squared off, left heel lifts and dangles. I always forget how beneficial this pose is. I'm noticing how hard and resistant my left hip flexor is, so I'm going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Switch. Left leg in. Right leg extends. Pause. 5 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale, smile. Inhale 3. Exhale, could you let those truly dangle? Inhale 4. Exhale. Last one. Inhale 5. Exhale, release your feet to the mat. Woohoo! I'm going to get rid of one block if you're on 2. All of us are coming to one block. The block is flat on its side like this, like a shoebox, in preparation for legs up the wall. So knees are bent, ankles are dangling. You may stay here. 2 breaths. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Feet in the air, dangling. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Let's go up to 5. Inhale 4. You can let them fall wide if that feels good. Exhale. And last one. Inhale 5. Exhale. Close your legs. You can choose to stay on your block. I'm going to come down to our final reading. It's your practice. If you're going to get up, you're going to bring your knees to your chest, rock a little side to side, and then roll into a ball on your side. Pause. And then slowly come up. Some of you are going to stay in your legs at the wall. I really encourage that. Let's see this abundance one. I don't visit this one a lot, but it has my favorite Scandinavian looking artwork on it. Attracting abundance. And we have to get out of our head that abundance has to be material. Nowadays, I think it's amazing that we're finally realizing that abundance is actually health. Health is probably more valuable than material abundance. Last reading today. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, don't hold on to your feelings of anger and resentment. Send your love to that person and think of them with wholehearted love. This will open the door to reconciliation and forgiveness. So, quite often, even when you hear about a divorce, you're like, well, there's 2 sides to the story. If one side was able to nudge that level of forgiveness, moving on, love, acceptance, or taking responsibility for part of it, whether it's a disagreement or a divorce, then it would be easier for the other side to eventually. But if there's hate
hate against hate, that's hard. So think of someone that maybe, I think we talked about this last week, think of someone that's been intense in your life that you're having challenges with. Can you find it in your heart to forgive them and move on? Or just to move on and let it go? Instead of replaying that story in our head. Maybe write them a letter or randomly give them a phone call. Thank you so much for your effort today. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.